Hello and welcome back to ESCtalk, where for 30 minutes, Eurovision is the main focus. And as you can already see from the title, it is my 10th episode of ESCtalk. Now, I wasn't too sure on how I was going to celebrate this and make this show stand out from all of my others. But then, I reflected on what this podcast was missing, and it hit me. I can guess that most of the people listening have found this through either Twitter or Reddit, which, after the sad death of Google+, are the only two places I tend to advertise ESCtalk to the world. Now, let's be honest, ESCtalk is still a baby, meaning that my audience is mainly going to be hardcore Eurovision fans who have got an opinion on most of the songs out there. Obviously, over the years, our tastes have become accustomed to the different styles and genres Eurovision has to offer. But what does the average Brit think of Georgian jazz, Balkan ballads, or Dutch country? Throughout this week, I've brought ESCtalk to my friends and family to see what they think of Eurovision songs you have suggested through Reddit, just to see what they think. Although, before we do that, I am pleased to announce that we now unofficially have all 20 Junior Eurovision songs for 2018. I say unofficially due to the fact that Ireland have not officially released the winner of their pre-recorded national final. Nevertheless, I'm afraid we just don't have time or patience to wait for an official release from Ireland, so I'll be giving the entry the benefit of the doubt and reviewing it as it is. Before we go to Ireland, we've got to review the songs in order. And Anyone I Want to Be by Roksana Wiegiel came first.
Sięga wzrok, I just wanna scream at the top of my lungs. Shouting from the rooftop loud. I speak my heart and I know I can be anyone I want to be. Life's never really that wise. There's more to it than meets the eye. I speak my mind and I know I can be anyone I want.
This entry does seem to be getting quite a lot of buzz in the Eurovision fandom, but to me, the song is just there. The chorus sounds very pop, but the driving bass kind of dates the song and makes it sound a bit 2010, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, as some of my favourite songs are from that era. The English lyrics seem a bit lacklustre in my opinion, although they do fit with the kind of bad girl persona I think Roksana is trying to have. The video and production of the song is evidently high budget, and it looks as if Poland are not shying away from spending a little bit of money over in Minsk. We can now return to Ireland with the song I Owe You by Taylor Hynes. Obviously, the audio is not of the best quality as the song has not even been announced as the winner of Ireland's national final. However, it was kind of confirmed by Belarusian TV, who have held stand-in rehearsals for the contest using this song. Ireland are definitely cutting time for a revamped short, as judging by online reactions to this entry, in its current form, it's not going to fare well at the contest. Now, you can say that I'm mad or crazy or that I've got no taste, but I quite enjoy this song in a weird way. Whether it's deliberate or if it's just him, the whole performance is just very camp, but in a charming way. And I do think that Taylor is going to be a personality in the contest this year. The chorus of the song is also quite enjoyable, and I think, considering the shed that TG4 chose to host the national final in, using equipment from the late 90s, it isn't really as bad as everyone is making it out to be. Let's all remember that Falling Stars from Moldova in 2016 evolved from a shed performance into a great show.
Lost in time, you're miles away. I try to speak or make a sound. The dark surrounds me when you go. The dream we had disappeared. Still I believe I'm holding on. I didn't mean to let you down. We could be the brightest falling, the brightest falling stars. The sky is tumbling, it's coming down, coming down. The wildest fire is burning out, and whatever fall turned us to pieces. All of our love turned into dust. We're the brightest falling stars. Flashing lights, I close my eyes. I let the sunlight come for me. When all that's left are memories, we could be the brightest falling stars. The sky is tumbling, it's coming down, coming down. The wildest fire is burning out, and whatever fall turned us to pieces. All of our love turned into dust. We're the brightest falling stars. The thought of us all disappeared. Still I believe I'm holding on. The sky is tumbling, it's coming down, coming down. The wildest fire is burning out, and whatever fall turned us to pieces. All of our love turned into dust. We're the brightest falling stars.
You're listening to ESCtalk, where for 30 minutes, Eurovision is the main focus. It's now time to see what my friends and family have to say about the Eurovision entries you have suggested. Okay, so I'm joined now by Vicky, who was
Hi.
my classmate at college. Let's see what she thinks of Pastora Soler, Quedate Conmigo. What do you think of the stage?
It's very interesting and has a very dramatic effect.
You wait till the chorus hits. Very dramatic, isn't it?
Yeah, very.
It's like a lot of Eurovision songs. They have to be really
Yeah.
dramatic. So where do you think this came in the actual final? How do you think it did?
Top 10?
Correct? What place do you think? What would you give it?
Third, maybe?
Third. I'll tell you where I actually came at the end. I think personally this is one of the best vocal performances of Eurovision ever.
Her voice is really strong.
Yeah. I think Vicky's cat wants to come in.
I think she wants to hear it as well.
Yeah, I think the cat enjoys it.
Whoa.
So first, fresh thoughts.
It was very dramatic, as I said before. And I think it showed what Spanish music should be like for modern people in Spain.
Yeah. So this came 10th in the grand final.
Really?
Yeah. Do you think it deserved more?
Definitely.
So your next one is 1944 by Jamala for Ukraine in 2016.
When strangers are coming, they come to your house. They kill you all and say we're not guilty.
Very intense.
Where is your mind? Humanity cries.
She's passionate, isn't she?
Very.
But everyone dies. Don't swallow my soul. Our souls.
Whoa.
This is the year that it was held in Sweden. Sweden are known to be like top of the top when it comes to Eurovision. They didn't waste any money.
Definitely.
Do you have any idea what she might be singing about?
Because of the title, I feel like it's something to do with history and the events that happened in 1944. It's very dramatic, but I think it also could have been controversial.
Especially the first
Yeah.
verse. What do you think the lights on like the bars represent?
Prison bars, maybe?
Ready? Ready?
Whoa.
Which place do you think this came in the grand final?
Top 10.
What number?
9.
It's 1. This is a winner.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
1 against countries like Russia, Australia. They were the top 3 that year.
Yeah.
But it was quite a controversial year because this was the year they changed the way that people vote.
Yeah.
So instead of having 2 separate votes for the jury of like experts and then televote, they combined all the results. And if it had been the old voting procedure, Australia would have won.
I think it also might have been controversial because of what the song was about.
In 1944, that was sort of like a genesis of Crimean Tatars, and her like ancestors were involved with it.
Yeah, yeah.
And so obviously they won, and then they hosted the following year. And because the Russian artist performed in Crimea, which they're not allowed to do according to Ukraine, the Russian act was banned from entering Ukraine, so they couldn't compete.
Wow.
Right, so obviously you are of Polish heritage.
Yes.
So what do you know about Eurovision in Poland? What is it to Polish people?
It's very popular on TV.
Yeah, they send like
And
the most famous people in Poland, don't they?
yeah,
They're not like the UK. They actually send people that are well known in Poland.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know these people before. Not really.
So this is Poland, 2014. We Are Slavic by Donatan and Cleo. So first of all, is this like a true representation of Polish culture, or is it more of a joke?
It's very exaggerated.
What do you think of her vocals? Like,
Very strong.
strong? The milkmaids have become a bit of a joke in kind of Eurovision culture.
They have become
a
meme. and their costumes are very traditional and typical for Polish culture.
It's almost stereotyping, really, isn't it? I think it's top 10.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I can tell you, they came 14th.
Wow.
It was quite a strong year in 2014. But they came at the bottom in a lot of juries, jury votes. Like the music professionals did not like this.
It's probably because of like the extra.
But they came top of quite a few televotes.
Yeah.
They came the top of the UK televote. Do you think that was good?
Yeah.
Yeah, you enjoyed it?
Yeah, it was a bit controversial in Poland afterwards with the music video.
And overall, did you enjoy your little Eurovision trip?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very. Thank
Good.
you. Thank you for this page.
Hey, hey, yeah. Oh, hey, hey, yeah. Oh, hey, yeah. Oh, hey, tilo, tilo, yeah.
The stairway to come back to Earth. Skydivers, space jump. Lead no 3 minutes longing for love. Instant light everywhere.
Pick up all the rainbow bus from the sky. All the tries, all the whys. 3 minutes to Earth for you and for me.
The stairway to come back to Earth. Skydivers, space jump. Need those 3 minutes longing for love. Instant light everywhere. Show us the stairway to come back to Earth. Skydivers, space jump. Race up the stairway to Earth with no sign. Rubs the part of regulation.
Pick up all the rainbow buds from the sky. Hear the chime. Now's the time. 3 minutes time to Earth for you and me. Take a breath away as we fly.
That was 3 Minutes to Earth by the Shin and Mariko. You're listening to ESCtalk, where for 30 minutes, Eurovision is the main focus. We now return to my 10th episode of ESCtalk. Hey, so I'm here with Adam this time.
Hello.
So Adam, what do you know about Eurovision?
I don't know, I watch it about once a year. I only watch the finals, that's about all I go from. Graham Norton hosts it, absolute legend. Someone else used to host it that my parents love, but I can't remember who it was. Yeah,
It used to be Terry Wogan.
Oh, was that who it was?
Yeah.
Oh, right, I do know the guy. Yeah, no, other than the finals, I don't really keep in touch with any of it, so
Yeah, fair enough.
it's always a laugh every year.
Let's see what you think of this then. So your first song, you got Calm After the Storm by the Common Linnets. You may recognise one person in this.
I like that.
What do you think of the stage?
Simple. It's quite dramatic though, I like the camera angle of it. Do you
I want to see if you recognise the person in this. You should do. This song was quite low in kind of the rankings before the contest, but it was the staging that brought it up a lot higher than what a lot of people thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I like the beat behind it. Can't say much for the singing though. It's a bit slow. Was it Netherlands the one I liked? From the recent one?
Yeah.
That was a lot better than this. But do they go with this style all the time?
Yeah, the Netherlands, in the past few years, they've sent country every single edition, pretty much. Or something like country.
I do like them because they always seem to send a band. Wherever the others are just like singers.
Well, that guy,
Yeah.
you used from the entry that you liked.
I thought he
2018.
was. Yeah, I got that impression. They should have. Actually, no. The Bulgaria should have won it.
Yeah, Bulgaria.
Bulgaria should have won it.
They should have won.
These guys should have been second. Well, in 18.
So there you go.
It was all right. That was all right. I'd give it like a 7.
Okay.
It was like
Fair
better
enough.
than average, but it wasn't
Fair enough.
anything spectacular.
So, what place do you think this actually came in the grand final?
How many are there?
There's 26.
26. 18th.
They came second that year.
The music industry's broken.
Now, actually, in the past few days, Waylon, the singer of this, he's been in a bit of controversy.
Oh, I.
Yeah, he's a judge on The Voice Holland, and there was an act from Denmark, I believe, who came to be on the show, and he and Anouk, one of the other judges, basically made fun of her accent the whole time.
It depends on how far they were going with it, really.
He was the instigator, really. I thought it's quite uncomfortable to watch, really.
Well, I can't speak much of that without watching it, to be honest.
Okay, so our second song is Nije, Ljubuv, Stvar.
Is that actually how it was pronounced?
Yeah,
Did you learn that?
no. And it was for Serbia in 2012. Let's see what you think.
Go for it.
I can guarantee you it's something you've never heard before.
We'll see about that.
više sreće drugi put. Kažeš mi
It's very dramatic, it's quite calming. Sounds like the sort of thing that'd be in a video game though. Which I guess is a compliment and a diss.
The style is known as a Balkan ballad.
No, he's not singing in English, that's it. They ain't winning. That's it. These guys are screwed.
Hey, Portugal won 2017 in Portuguese.
He barely spoke Portuguese. He was just whining. It's quite nice though. Gentle. The staging's very simple. There's nothing going on really.
Compared to the Netherlands.
Like, the Netherlands didn't have that much going on really. Just some people walking about a stage. Sounds more Japanese now.
It's the drums, I think.
Yeah.
da bi ti je vratio. Gledaj, to sam samo ja. Uvek sam te
Stronger finish. Much stronger finish.
Ethnic. Very ethnic.
No, but I think it works. They sort of made it semi-mainstream. It's stuff people could sort of get into a bit.
What do you think of his voice?
It's quite nice. Could be a bit lower.
A bit lower?
Bit lower.
In what sense? The vocals?
Yeah.
Oh.
I reckon it could be a bit deeper.
So that, yeah, as I said, this is a Balkan ballad. It's a genre very well known in kind of Macedonia, Serbia. They used to tend to send that genre a lot, but in recent years they tend to go for more the pop mainstream. Do you think that countries should be sending songs that represent their culture more, or just trying to appeal to the mass audience?
The culture, definitely. At the end of the day, they're probably not going to win that way, but I feel it represents a more varied Eurovision. It's more realistic, it's more cultural. Because if you just have a Eurovision where everyone sounds the same and they're all competing,
Yeah.
they all just got the same formula, it's boring.
Yeah.
Like, even if it's silly, send them Russian grannies back. They were great. It was a dreadful song. It was just great. It was unique. It was different.
Yeah.
And I feel a lot of times, if you look at the winners recently, the uniquity of things have often won things for people.
Yep. So where do you think this came in the grand final?
See, if you'd have asked me at the start, I would have said like bottom, but it did end quite strongly. So we'll go with 13th.
13th. They came third. The
Didn't
Russian
think you'd give me two high ones in a row.
Russian grannies came a place higher than them. The Russian grannies came second.
Oh, was this the year of the Russian granny? Oh, I
Yes.
didn't know. They should have
then-
won. They were amazing.
Okay. So for your last song, you've got Switzerland 1956, Lys Assia with Refrain.
Ooh, a Switzerland. Okay, go for it. Were they allowed this many people?
Technically, back in the past, they had an orchestra accompanying every song.
Oh,
So
okay.
that was the orchestra. These people here, they're the people who are counted as being on stage.
It's quite cool actually, having like a sort of band that everyone goes around with. It's just like different singers. She isn't speaking English, is she?
No.
Okay, good.
She's,
I can't really tell.
it's French. This is from the very first Eurovision ever.
It's the first one ever.
Yeah.
So how many countries were part of this?
I believe it was 7.
Can you name them?
Switzerland, Luxembourg, Germany, France, Spain, Belgium, Netherlands. I know we weren't part of it. We didn't get our application in time.
How many years was it till it sort of took off?
Gradually, like kind of year by year, more countries started competing. Like the following year, we debuted. What place do you think she came?
I think you're going to screw me because you've done the others too high, and so I'm going to go lower, but I'm just sod it first.
Yeah,
won it.
she's the very first winner of Eurovision Song
Yes.
Contest.
So is this like the second
Yeah,
performance?
Yeah, this is the winner's kind of performance. Her original performance and all the other performances from this edition are lost. They don't exist anymore, only in audio. So what do you think of it? What do you think of this for a starting Eurovision song? First ever winner.
Well, it's very 50s. There's a reason we sort of only listen to music post-Beatles. Just no, I can't say I've ever properly listened to music post. Like, you got the stuff like Elvis and whatnot, which you can get into, but
yeah,
it's just old. And I feel bad for saying that because I'm mostly into older music, but it just gets to a point where I feel all that sort of music just sounds the same anyway. It's hard to hear many variations. A lot of that's just the type of audio recording and the quality, but it's all very similar. But at the start, it's nice, and you can see how that sort of model has gone on into sort of future Eurovision. Just the sort of, I know she wasn't a lone woman, just someone just sort of singing sort of nice, gentle ballad like that.
Yeah,
it's nice. Obviously, it's a great night for everyone watching, but the people there must really mean a lot because it's not just being part of this big international, European sort of audience display, but you are there representing your country as someone would be if you were playing football or if you're there at the Olympics. It's the same thing. It's just a different hobby. It's a different passion. And
what a lot of people that aren't super fans don't know. They don't know the kind of work that goes in for those 3 minutes on stage. Like some countries hold their national finals back in like January, February, and there's all the pre-parties. There's one in the Netherlands, there's one in Latvia, Russia, and then there's obviously the red carpet. There's all the press. Yeah, I think people just don't understand why, like people are so obsessed over 3 minutes. What could be 3 minutes for their country?
Yeah, going back to the example of the Olympics, Bolt represented about 9 seconds.
Yeah.
Still the sort of roller-ups on it, and you've got to, and there you appreciate the sort of time and training and stuff he did, and it's the same thing here, but because it is so sort of often well displayed, it's almost done perfectly in a sense.
Yeah.
That people don't sort of look back at all the work that has to go in to get to that point.
Indeed. Well, I hope you've enjoyed your Eurovision trip today.
It's been delightful.
Excellent.
Thank you for having me.
Prestaje to bit za bitom, vers za versom. Mrda se cijel svijet s njom, jednim potezom i univerzum. Ajde vodi me, oslobodi me od gadnih stresova tokom godine. Ne mogu više da se paranoišem, na dobru feštu sve mi miriše. Igranka bez prestanka vanka, na podijum ili pored sama šanka. Danka svane tu smo, nikad nije pustoš, ništa nije frka, samo treba ući u štos. Kiki bas, zara, niko neće poći utvrđenog pazara. Opet jutra u tabanim stazama s mojima, mislim ne mislim o parama.
Nek traje cijelu noć i cijeli dan, biće još bolje, vjeruj mi, jer mi smo stvoreni za to. Vodim te, pođi sa mnom ti, pođi sa mnom sad, ova noć je ta, ne vidi se kraj. Vodim te na igranku.
Treba mi sve što neće prestat, dok ženska treska komad mesnat. Vrućina kao u rernu na 200, odosmo s mozgom stroboskop bljeska. Bit ko blesav, po glavi šiba, pregore kesa, piće mi sipaj. Gradele česam, petrusin riba, danu svega da se pokidam. I vodi me neđe da glavu produvam, neđe muzika dobro izuva, pa da ne staje no samo da gruva, da svu noć traje i svi da su tuna. Pritisak trpi se, krpi se s mukom, vodi me neđe da baš ne bi puko. Načinjem limenku, život je čudo, ajmo na igranku, ćemo drugo.
Nek traje cijelu noć i cijeli dan, biće još bolje, vjeruj mi, jer mi smo stvoreni za to.
svi su mi ođe banja i nije bitno to što svima je novčanik danas.
Samo nek bit udara, svi su mi ođe banja. Burgija vrti vazda tamo gdje ne vrti para.
Na igranku, na igranku, igranku, na igranku, na igranku, na igranku.
So that was Husi by Igranka, which draws my 10th episode of ESCtalk to a close. I didn't actually anticipate how long each reaction would edit down into, meaning that the reactions of my mum and my friend Laura will be featured in a few shows' time. Again, thank you for listening, and be sure to check out next week's show, which will be a rundown of the 2018 Junior Eurovision Song Contest, which is going to be held on Sunday.